He's dead.
Hello, this is Jackow's Ghost. Today I'm going to be doing a ghost playthrough of Reverse Robbery Director's Cut by Phreak. Full disclosure, this isn't an official ghost. This is going to be a highly edited video. I'm going to try to cut out all the fat, save scumming, and anything else. My goal with my videos is to just show the whole mission and as much of the mission as I know of, as far as secrets and loot and important story parts. So that's what this is. This is actually the mission that got me into wanting to post my own videos, because I couldn't find one that specifically had everything that I was looking for, especially as far as full loot and finding all the secrets and picking all the pockets. I'm hoping that this will be an evocation of Marbleman's ghost playthroughs. I find his videos to be impressive and his style of gameplay to be very impressive as well. So hopefully this has something like that. I'm actually not looking for full immersion, so I'm not going to read the briefing or anything. I'll give you the bullet points, which is basically that your bank has been broken into, and so you need to get your stuff out of the safety deposit box. So that's your first objective. There are two readables that you start with on expert mode. One is when Basso asks you to get somebody fired by planting something in his locker and then rescuing somebody named Tragen from the police station and putting him back in his bed. Then you got to get 4,500 loot, and then also finding the chalice of Saint Stefan. You also need to do this and then get back to where you started, all without setting off the bank's alarms. So let's begin. Now, to the beginning, you see that you have the two readables. You have a fairly standard set of things to begin with, as well as your safety deposit key. There's also a sword that you apparently don't start with, so you do have to purchase that if you want it. I am going to, just for ease. I don't necessarily need to do this, but I felt like it would be a good idea. So this is where we begin. I'm going to just do a hard save. I'll show you the two readables as well as the map. So here is the letter from Basso. Basically somebody's extorting him, and so that's why he wants to get him fired. Then there's Tragen, and this one gives some important information that says he runs a legitimate dairy shop as a front. And so that's going to come up in the mission. So other than that, let's get started. This first beginning area has thrown off some people, but it's fairly simple to get through, even if it might not be incredibly obvious. But basically, you just mantle up here, and then you run across this ledge. So here's what I'm going to try to do. Now this guard is actually quite finicky, and he will alert to many things, including if you throw that arrow a little too hard, he will wake up. There is a purse up here, and that is the first of 24 secrets. Anyway, let's see if I can get out this window. This one sometimes throws me off a little. There we go. I'm going over here this way to get a small piece of loot. You can kind of see it there in the corner. You can't actually highlight it while looking at it that way, so This is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to drop back down.
Something there.
False alarm, I guess.
Now, this first section, there's a lot of high loot, or a couple pieces of high loot.
Might be the sergeant checking up
So
on
you gotta rope up on this beam. You gotta be kind of quick. That guard will turn right back around. And then you can just jump and grab that. And here we have a gold goblet. And you gotta jump over onto this. Grab that.
false alarm, yes.
Then and now you're gonna rope back up on the other side. And we're gonna use this ledge to get so I'm just gonna crawl across this area and run along. So I didn't show you the map, so let's do that now. So basically we just went down here, cut across here, dropped down. The gold goblet was down here, candlestick over here. We roped up here and went around. We're currently on this building about right here. So this is where an archer is. We're headed over here. This is what's known as Chalmer's apartment. So Chalmer's is a person who works at the bank.
I saw something. Oh well.
This is actually fairly simple. You can just hide right here.
Just because I've been here only a few months.
And
I think
then
that I can just get away from pushing me around. I'll show them someday. Hello? Someone there? Just my imagination, I suppose.
I actually found the best way is just stand and then run to the other beam. Open it right up. Now, this one's actually kind of clever. There's 2 bags of spice here. And I almost thought there would be one. So I'm actually just going to drop.
Who's there? Hello? Are they making noise now?
Well, I got away with that. I'm actually headed right over there. That's Chalmer's apartment.
I think that I can just get away with pushing me around. I'll show them someday. Someday they're gonna do this.
Now this is the secret book to the secret compartment. This lady patrols back this way and can sometimes be hard to coordinate their patrols, and this guy will continue walking a little bit closer to me before turning around when he goes back to look at the fire. One time I played this mission and the woman was stuck.
Wonder what that noise was. was that there? I saw something. Ooh, this place gives me the creeps. Back to work.
She was stuck walking into the double doors, so a minor glitch there. As soon as I opened the doors for her, though, she went back to her normal patrol. There's actually a piece of loot out on that balcony, and I'm gonna go get it.
What's that sound?
Gem ring.
Doesn't seem like anything now. Is someone over there? Well, doesn't seem like anything now.
It's a silver flute.
Gives me the creeps. Back to work.
Nothing.
So that's one way of doing it.
What is this smell? Smells like old meat. Making me. I washed a few days ago.
And there's another piece of loot here next to the Karis portrait. Always nice. Now I'm going to head into this building over here. It has an art gallery, and I'm gonna climb in through a window.
Thought I saw something.
And this area can be quite challenging. You're at the mercy of the curator's patrol and how it syncs up with these two guards that are gonna walk into that room. So I think I'm gonna have to wait until this other guard comes back from downstairs. And then they both need to finish their patrol routes up here. And then I can make a break for it.
Who goes there? Can't hear it anymore. Probably nothing.
It's a very challenging room. So that's just talking about their visitor. I'm not sure if the person up there is that person or the owner. Now that switch you see on the wall will open that door, and that will get you access to the rest of this area. There are 2 gates here keeping you from being able to get through from the starting area. But that is for that. This guard stops and turns, and then he turns around. Whew. Just in time. So the last piece of loot is in that footlocker. See if I have time to show you the readable in there. It's not very significant, just somebody complaining about having to watch this building. I always forget that this is the longest lockpick. Well, you'll have to just take my word for it. The guy doesn't want to be watching this art museum. Or art gallery. Or whatever it is. Couple things down here. Goblet. And there's this readable. It basically says the banker is getting uneasy, hiding below. My code is 14183. We'll all sit tight for a few days and be on our way to Blackbrook once the furor dies down a bit. Burn this note, of course. And of course is spelled wrong. Or rather, it's the wrong spelling of the word, of course. Now I'm heading over this direction to go up to the warehouse. First, we'll be stopping through this apartment block here.
I don't like seeing things I don't know.
Nothing ever happens in this job.
Could be worse.
So dull. Just patrol around in circles.
You'd rather be sweeping streets again?
At least then I was meeting people.
Yeah, but the wrong kind of people.
This guard has a key that I want. Also, it's a pickpocket, so I feel like I must get it. Now I'm just waiting for him to turn. He just turns to his left.
Is that you?
This switch will open the gate. You're good. this ledge to go down south on this building to climb in through a window. Now, this area is Moncton's apartment, another bank employee here. We'll find a readable in here that'll explain more, but his home is being patrolled by a thief for some reason. Fire poker there.
That sounded funny.
Valuable book over here. And I found hiding right here is a pretty safe bet.
What did I hear?
Guy sounds like Bill Hader. And this is the secret you're looking for. Some loot up in here. This readable is basically talking about how a person named Marcus von Geothe, another bank employee, might have been involved in this thieving plan. But he quickly dismisses it and then says that he should go check his office for a note that might have been left. That's a scripted motion that he does whenever he walks into this room. Can't believe he didn't see me. So I'm actually going to go downstairs that way. There's just some loot down here that I want to get. And sometimes this guard gets stuck upstairs in like a corner where he's constantly shifting through himself forward and backwards. It's kind of strange, but hopefully he's not like that when I get back. Let's go here first. Now, that key goes to that door, and that leads out to where that lady patroller Archer was. Then you can find another piece of loot in this bathroom, where there is a ring behind the broom. Then we're gonna head into a child's bedroom. There's Dewdrop. For those who are interested, there's a statuette in there. In this chest. There's also a small goblet directly ahead. This is kind of a fun little section. I've actually found that you can just run forward here. And then stand up and lean over. Grab that. And then we're gonna go back in. There is one other piece of loot out there, but I'm gonna save that for later. It's just easier to get. This is gonna be kind of tricky, but I'm just gonna
Someone making noise?
behind him here.
Just my imagination, I suppose. Nothing making noise now. Who's been here?
So he responds to the light, turns it back on. I love stuff like that in the fan missions. It's pretty great.
Hello? Show yourself.
And now we are gonna go into this lady's apartment.
Father's Day. Never have seen such insolence, such disrespect. And if he had, there would have been floggings, I can tell you.
Now there's a secret underneath that bookshelf over there, and it's gonna move this painting. So let's go get
Is
it.
someone there? Nothing.
Chunk of crystal. Now I'm not big on feeling. I love that little twinge there, that sound effect. Not big on having to close every door right behind me, so forgive me if I don't get them all. I've found that you're actually quite safe just staying right here.
Is someone there?
You have to be shoved into that corner. Now we are at the warehouse. I'm gonna see if I can quietly drop down here. This guard has a purse. I'm gonna open this gate. I've actually found the best way to do this. So you can just strafe run around here. And funny enough, these guys tend to not alert to you, even though I feel like I'm pretty highly visible doing this. He just keeps going. I'm okay with it. This part is always a little bit tricky for me. Rope up. And there's something kind of weird about this mission specifically, that if you try to jump onto something when you're too close to the wall, and I don't know what could be causing it. Right now I'm not doing a good job of anything, but if you try to jump onto something that's too close to the wall, you tend to just bounce off of it or miss it completely, so for whatever reason. But this is how you can get in. So I've actually found that there's a different way in. You can get in
Someone behind
through
me.
that window over there
Gotta stop. Jump.
if you stack some crates.
That's the last time I
There's
jumped.
already a stack of crates, so all you think you need is just one. And then you can stack it on top of the others and make access, or get access to the... Get access to the roof that way. A couple different options. I found this one's better for me. Okay. Just gonna wait for this guy to come out.
Is that you?
Now, he's got a key
Can't
lock.
hear it anymore. Probably not.
And let's not forget the other guard's key. These are pretty rudimentary as far as the picking goes. This one just has a piece of loot inside.
Just because I've been here only a few months, I think that I can just get away with it, push me around.
Now,
Sure, I'm steady.
doors. So that guy's pretty easy to get past. And let's see. This readable is just the supervisor saying that he saw a thief enter the storage area down below, and he must have had the code. So that's kind of a hint that this is where we'll be using that code, and also that there is another another area down below. And we just found a gear key. And we just found a gear key, and that is kind of interesting and hints at its own necessity.
Anyone there?
You can see supervisor. Now there's
You see that too?
an interesting that's happening with this mission specifically is that there are things you can read without having to fob them at all. And it's a good rule of thumb that those things are significant in some way. So that could be a good enough hint for somebody. If you're stuck and are wondering what to do next, that could be a pretty good hint that maybe there are some items that you can just read and figure out. This readable gives us the code. It's 4183. You do have to exercise some caution, because when that door opens, that thief can be right there. And he does a scripted motion where he searches around for a second. Now this area is kind of a pain, because you're kind of at the mercy of the RNG. So that stationary guard just turns from left to right and forward. And if you pop into frame when he is facing the wrong direction, you're cooked. And that could have been my moment. Silver nugget there.
Hey, over there. Just quiet now.
Pair of gold dice. That. Now, just gonna hope for this guy to. You're actually pretty much okay over here. Once these guys get out of here. Okay, so I do believe I have successfully ghosted that section of the map. I don't know if anybody would want to argue with me on that. It might make this next area just a little bit strange. For a moment.
My eyes must be playing tricks on me.
So, and there's this guy. Here's his readable. So, I'm gathering that this is Marcus, who mentions Ramirez. And he also talks about how he forgot his father's gold pocket watch back at his place. And how a person named Duval put him up to helping out with the bank heist. And so, all these guys, they gots to go. And I want to make extra sure that it's good and quiet. So, I'm just gonna gather them all in here. And this is why I want the sword. This takes just so long to kill. I think that's all of them.
You?
Oh well, what it was. Good. 8 hours
That is all I want to do at Avery's for right now.
Imagining things now.
There is one more piece of loot I mentioned earlier. It's a coin in this fountain up here. I'm basically just gonna follow this guy down.
False alarm, I guess.
I saw something. Nothing here now. Just because I've been here only a few months, I think that I can just get away with pushing me around.
Now, I'm actually gonna head back up to the police station, which is
What was that?
through where we were,
Don't get paid for jumping at nothing.
where we found that burnt note. I'm gonna head through that way. So I'm just gonna head up here. This is the police station right here. A couple guards on patrol down there. Whoops. Alright. So here we find some spectacles. And you see Detective Pike. And he basically is talking about all of the things that happened with the bank heist and what his suspicions are. That's Benny. I actually kind of appreciate that a lot of the doors in this mission seem to open inward rather than opening into your face. So this is the prison key. We'll need that. And this is a bottle of wine. This is empty. And I'm just going to wait for him to pass, and then I'm going to run into the next room. So I'm just gonna try to jump here. Grab that.
Anyone there? Nothing. Too tense.
And here's the lower level of the police station. This is where
You think your beloved woodsy lord is going to help you now? You're kind of caused enough trouble around here. We're gonna put a stop to it.
Mad fool! He ams the oaks and leaves, and he will feed us on you.
Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy watching you burn.
now I'm gonna find a pair of coins. And it's the one with the blood you're looking for here. This one has Tragen. And this guard is just on a circular patrol. So you can grab him.
Somebody better be taffing around down here.
I forgot that he does that.
Exciting as I thought.
He always turns around in his route slightly there.
Hey, is anyone there? Seems peaceful enough now.
And out here is an archer with some arrows. On patrol. And I'm just gonna... While I'm up here, might as well
Is
do
that
this.
you?
Grab this.
Just rats again.
5 coins in there. There's some more arrows as well. Let's... I'm gonna leave him there.
Hello?
Now you can actually pick the arrows from this archer right from here. You just have to wait until he turns around. He's got kind of an awkward patrol route, so I'm gonna wait for him. Actually has an awkward patrol route. He goes up here and he does sort of a pivot turn. Then you have to go around the ledge. This is Edwin Smythe. And this is how you get into this building. The front door is not probable at all. First thing I want to show you is that there is a book on this bookshelf.
This looks interesting.
It is. And it tells the story of Saint Stefan, and we are here to steal his chalice later in the mission. And you see that there are some kind of rhyming clues of some kind. We'll get to those later. I actually love the layout of this room, and I love how detailed these little statuettes are. And over here is a compartment. And you'll notice that no secret was alerted from that. We got a silver gear.
Like that helps me, you Chalmer.
Have thou learnt nothing? That name soils thy mouth.
What do you mean?
Knowest thou not to say Taffer is to speak the name of the defeated adversary, the trickster? 'Tis a corruption, a cloaking that acknowledges him without intent, and gives him an entry into thy thoughts.
Hey, no need to get all heated about it.
It's kind of a Frankenstein conversation, but I enjoy it. stolen his arrows right here. I'm just here to grab Tragen. So I'm just waiting for this guy to come back, and then we can...
I thought I spied something.
Coin pair there. He's not gonna come back too quickly. There he is. If he'll notice me. Guess not. Now that is Duval. He has something I want.
Has someone come? The noise has stopped. It was no doubt nothing. Identify that sound. Is someone there?
Huh?
So, I need this key, and he has a very large patrol route. So he basically goes all around the entire map. So I kind of figured I'd run into him at some point, so it's good that I did, because we're about to come up upon the place where I actually need this key. So I'm going to... pick this lock here.
What's over there?
Right. Now we have everything that we need. Just gonna wait for this guy one more time. There's actually a spot right over here where you can see that it says Von Goethe's residence. So that's Marcus. And the name is spelled like Goethe, the philosopher, Goethe. So I suspect that's how you're supposed to pronounce it, but I suppose it doesn't really matter, and I'll just call him Marcus from now on. Now I need to take this body over here, and I'm just gonna stash it in the corner behind these crates where this guy's lantern will not pick up on him.
What's that? False alarm, I guess.
I'm just gonna do this. This area is a bit finicky. You can shoot a rope arrow up to the top there, but it won't extend all the way down, so you shoot another one there. And you can kind of use both of them. So there's that. Retrieve them. And over here is a little hideout. There's a sleeping thief in here. He's got more rope arrows and some other things. Now this is him talking about how he's planning to steal the chalice of Saint Stefan, and he makes something of a joke about how there's always protruding wooden beams, and don't these people know that rope arrows exist? And it's kind of a funny in-game joke or self-referential moment about how so many buildings in Thief just have a wooden beam protruding from them for some reason. But I'm gonna go ahead and take advantage of that because there they are. There's that. 2 masks on the wall here. And this part is actually fairly easy to just jump. Surprised I actually made that on the first try. And then I'm gonna go in this way. And right away in the storage area is a silver nugget. And I think I'm going to wait for this guy.
Who made that noise?
Nothing to see now.
There's nothing there now.
Must have been a perfect shadow. Won't complain. Here is a pair of coins.
Here's another sewer overflow I heard yesterday. Thinkest thou that we should take their burden? It is not strange and humble here to us.
And toil and slime. Thou carest little about thy roads. Halt! Be someone there? All seems peaceful now.
So as you can see, that's Father Maldus, the High Priest's office. And we're gonna have to pick that lock there. You can actually just stand right here. You won't get noticed by this patrolling hammer, right? Now, when I first saw this office, I thought I had found everything that there was. There wasn't any readables, there was just this gold hammer. I thought that seemed kind of empty. But there is this. And, some gold coins. Coin stacks, rather. Now, I believe I can go... I think I'm going downstairs now.
Who goes? Here's the builder's piece now.
So he's one of the priests that was talking downstairs. And
If thou be there, bespeak thyself.
I wish there was a better way
Seems quiet enough now.
without setting off their conversation, because then maybe they wouldn't be patrolling just yet. But its next area is the church.
Is that thee? Vigilance is our shield that protects us from the squalid past. Knowledge is our weapon.
Surprised I made that. So you're actually safe just to walk along this area here. That's tile floor there, but you're also pretty dark on this side. Then you can actually hide pretty well right here.
Curse upon this dust.
And you can hear this conversation.
Aye, they thought stone dust would settle faster than wood, but many feet cast it up.
Come the rains will pass.
'Tis true. And till then, misfortunes are mirrors of our blessings.
That protects us from the squalid past. Knowledge is our weapon.
Now, in my experience, if you open this door, you can set them off.
What was that I heard?
Hopefully
And the
they
builder
actually
said,
alerted to
"The
that.
foundation is weak. You wail and gnash your teeth. You ask it to repour itself. Nay, you tear it down and begin anew.
This is actually a
So shall
fairly
it be with all my
challenging
children, whether they be
little
stone
hallway.
or flesh.
As their patrol routes are fairly awkward with each other. I'm going for that gold
Vigilance is our
candlestick.
shield that protects us from the
And you
squalid
have to
past.
stay on this side,
Knowledge is our weapon,
or else
with which we carve a
you
path
might get
to an
caught.
enlightened
'Cause
future.
I think that guy will run into you and notice you, and I don't think there are any perfect shadows.
As the builder said, the foundation is weak. You wail and gnash your teeth. You ask it to repour itself. Nay, you tear it down and begin anew. So shall it be with all my children, whether they be stone or flesh.
I'm gonna wait for them to turn around.
Vigilance is our shield that protects us from the squalid past. Knowledge is our weapon, with which we carve a path to an enlightened future.
So, just like on the other side, you can just run down this way. Pretty good shadow here. Over here is kind of a funny little thing. This is a donation box. And you're perfectly fine just staying on top of it. Just to wait for this guy. Now this priest has a key on him that I want. That's the whole church area. And now we are in the crypt. If you have any idea what that's going to be like, it's actually not all that worrisome. Welcome to your trial by fire. Don't provoke the dead one's ire. Be careful where your tread does fall, or you may never leave this hall. No need to spell out clever plans. The key is in the angel's hands. So you can see there's a bunch of haunts out here. But if you go out here, they don't notice you. There's a fire arrow there. Now, a lot of people have said that you should rope arrow your way up. If you do that, they kill you. So I don't recommend it. What I would do instead is jump onto this statue. And then jump over here. And jump back up there. And some people have pointed out that you can actually rope arrow up from that hallway when you're just out of sight. That also works. So, this whole area, the crypt, corresponds with this book that we get from Edwin Smythe. Welcome to your trial by fire. Don't provoke the dead one's ire. Be careful where your tread does fall, or you may never leave this hall. I imagine that means the panels on the floor down there that have letters on them. It says, no need to spell out clever plans. The key is in the angel's hands. There's a button. And if you go over here, there's another button. And that lowers a particle beam. And we can climb up. All that work and to what end? A lofty perch you can't descend. Best to fall on your own knife and try again in the next life. So that seems to be a misleading clue. Since this whole set of clues seem to start with this is your trial by fire and there's a fire arrow down below, my first guess was to just start by stepping on the F. And when that didn't seem to do anything to the haunts down below, I figured I was on the right path. So I'm going to go to work. So here you have some
You gotta be kidding me.
platforms in this area. But if you just try to jump to one, they disappear and you die. So you need to know which ones to go to. So let's grab our book again. Patterns of darkness, patterns of life, only one path safe, only one path right. In the beginning was void, dark without end. Then came the bright sun, and life did begin. So I imagine that means go to the first dark one, which is this one. And then it says light. So that seemed to be okay. Then it said, mankind gathered at shining fire's defeat, but outside in the night lurked the terrible beasts. So, the light could be next. And this one's kind of interesting. The next dark one would be that one. Can't quite reach it, but there's a button here. Then came the builder with his blazing forge, and cast out the trickster to his shadowy gorge. So this would seem to be the builder. And there's another button here. Cast out the trickster. So if you jump over here, the light turns off. And this one lights up. And there's your answer. Now you see you've got some colored sprites flying around. Color to color follow the lights, and soon you will reach my tomb. But any poor sod whose timing is off will follow the lights to his doom. So I didn't have this readable when I first played this mission. But I quickly figured out that if you just charge into the purple, you fall. So what I quickly determined was that you gotta wait until the purple is about right there, and then you drop right in front of the green one. Now watch the green one, and you can go over to the orange one, and orange is gonna travel up to that white one. So basically you're just following the sprite until it hovers over a platform you can land on. And so right now I am looking at a white one. It deposits you just above the tomb. And once you grab this, a platform comes out for you. And that's nice. So that's how you solve all that. But there is an issue. Now you gotta jump through this whole mess again. I'm not exactly sure if you have to follow it exactly like you did before, but I suppose it's better safe than sorry. And now our friends are gone. And that is the tomb of Saint Stefan. Now I wonder where these priests are. prophecy of Saint Stefan. And this basically lays out the idea of the Hammerites helping Garrett defeat the trickster. Kind of funny.
Halt! See someone there?
So there are 4 golden vases here.
Yay. Who comes unto me?
I'm gonna just
Here's the builder's piece now.
try to get up here. I can never get across this without making some noise. Now this gate opens, or this lever opens that gate, but I don't need it. But I do want this purse over here.
A plague on these rats.
So this is actually the hallway where those 2 guards, the archer and the Hammerite, was patrolling. I'm just gonna wait here. I'd like to go back in through the same way. Jump right back up here. I think I'm just gonna wait for these priests.
Over there. I think something moved. All is quiet now.
As the builder said, if the foundation is weak, you wail and gnash your teeth. You ask it to repair itself. Nay, you tear it down and begin anew. So shall it be with all my children, whether they be stone or flesh.
Has someone come?
Vigilance is our shield.
All seems peaceful
Swallow
now.
fast. Knowledge is our weapon, with which we carve a path to an enlightened future. Here's the builder's piece now.
There's one Hammerite with a lantern, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to make this work, because I think what's going to happen is that priest is going to head back. So I think I'm just going to wait here for a minute.
Knowledge is our weapon, with which we... And the builder said, If the foundation is weak, do wail and gnash your teeth. Do ask it to repour itself.
What is
Nay,
that?
you tear it down and begin anew. Who goes? So shall it be with all my children, whether they be stone. I would not have thought that rats would dare their teeth against the builder's house.
That was a little crappy, but I think it worked. Next thing to do is to get into the bell tower right there. This guard is kind of a funny situation, but he's kind of easy to pass once he gets over here.
Yay. Who comes unto me?
And there you go.
Needs must I calm my nerves.
Vigilance is our shield. Protects us from the storm.
Now, this area, you might need to be quiet because of that hammer right out there. I do recommend being as quiet as possible. Just in case. I don't know if I've ever actually tested this, but I don't mind creep, crouch, crawling, or whatever it's called. Not too difficult. This is what you're looking for. And that's pretty much it. Now, you can just crouch and walk forward, and you'll just drop onto both handrails. Right down. And this is exactly where I want to be. And hopefully this archer isn't too close.
Careful.
Did I see something? It was nothing, I guess.
This is basically someone named R saying go to Marcus's place to check for him. Since they already mentioned Ramirez,
Thought I saw
I think
something.
it's that. There's a secret here.
Guess it was nothing.
This is Von Gothe's place. And this is his pocket watch, or his father's pocket watch. And you are safe here. And then
I thought I heard something.
there's one more piece of loot in here, and it's under the toilet. You know where you keep your goblets? Can't believe he didn't alert to that. But oh well. Hopefully, can figure this out. And there we go. Now we are done with that. I'm gonna jump over to this ledge.
Is that you?
There's actually another piece of loot in this room. This is the barracks. And it's also a secret in this room. Whoops. Now I can close it. So I'm actually gonna wait for this archer, grab his arrows, and then follow him out. The only other thing of interest in this room is a healing potion in that chest. Now this archer is actually pretty easy to follow. I suspect you could hide someone in one of these places, but you could also just walk with him. There's a gargoyle sitting right over there. Kind of precarious.
Mud. Plastic bother.
What is it?
New boots. It's gonna take me a week to break in the cursed things. And until then, I'll be walking like someone's grandmom.
Oh, wouldn't want to stop you little toesies.
Nah. F off.
So now we are in the bank area. We're about right here. Got some things to do before we get into the bank, but we'll be there shortly. I'm actually using a little trick that Marble Man has used. I just walk along the edge of a surface in order to not make any sound. Well, that was an accident, but I'll take it. Okay. So we are to the dead man's apartment. First thing that I noticed when I entered this area for the first time was that face on the wall. And when I looked, I could see that the mouth hole that he has points straight down at this. And so I figured it was a trap. If you open this door, that's also a trap. So I figured that just by opening this chest that you would set it off. But apparently there's a pressure plate right there, which in my opinion looks pretty good. So I got real close up into this guy's face and completely missed this. My first playthrough. Come on, friends. I'm actually gonna head back to this area. There's our friend Duval again. I don't think anybody heard me. Which is great. Typically you can just land on it just by jumping. Works pretty well. So here you have a mad scientist or mad doctor's area. Over here you got a statuette. And you might have noticed this. I never did when I played. It's a pressure plate, but it doesn't seem to accomplish anything. But I know now that you have to go over here and grab these two items. Should do it. And then what opens this? A couple nuggets and a scouting orb that I don't want. Well, I've always found this to be a little bit finicky, but there we go. So now we're heading into the mausoleum.
What I see there?
Ain't see shit.
Oh well. It must have been nothing.
That was just easy to run forward and then drop off. I believe that's our loot goal, marking itself. If you just run back. And that was about as perfect as it has ever been. So you have an elevator, and I would push this button first. Okay, unlock this door. Now if you grab this vase, a ghost spawns and goes around this crypt casket. I don't know. He goes around, and so you want to be quick is the point. So here we go. Once that's done, you'll send this back up. Find a ring down here. It's another secret. Now, you might notice this is sort of weird. There's a necklace here that you can grab. And there's this panel on the wall, and all of these skulls are probable. But this is the one. That gives you what you want. So this is going to take you down to the lower area of the crypt. And I think there's a readable somewhere around here about somebody saying that they could.
Better watch my step around here.
That they could get down here. I can't remember. Maybe I'm misremembering things, but this area is a bit finicky. All of this is pressure plates as far as I'm concerned. I think I found a good route where you're safe. So right here, and then this right here in the center of my screen. And then you can just jump up here. Now, I'm not sure why the stairs seem to all behave like pressure plates, but it doesn't seem to do anything. First blade, that scared the hell out of me. I was concerned I was going to have to fight somebody. But luckily I did not. Always thankful for that. So, right here, I'll show you on the other side, there is a gargoyle with 2 ruby eyes. So we got that going on here as well. And so basically what I'm doing right here is I'm just crouching and then running forward to get onto it. And then the same on this side. Running across. Now I think I'm going to stand up this and just try to run on top of this statue. If I remember correctly, you can just crouch and then you can just run forward. And there you go. That's how you can traverse that room without taking any damage. But as you can see, our exit has now been sealed off. No matter though. That's how you take care of that. Another little artifact here. And that's how you get out. So I think this area has 3 secrets. The ring, the entrance, and the exit. Kind of strange, but, you know, I'll take it. So this door is actually openable from inside. Can you guess which statue is hiding the secret switch? It's here. This is kind of a weird perspective thing, but it makes it look like it's closer than it is. Now I'm going to see if I can get this quickly before the guards start patrolling outside. I do want to close this door. Whew.
Guess it was nothing.
Now, as long as that door is closed, because if the door is not closed, the guards will patrol by and notice the ghost that spawns when you grab that necklace. So it's just a good idea. Can't believe how incredibly lucky I'm getting with that. Going up here to grab this. Now, I had already pickpocketed Duval from earlier. He had the blue key. Now, Duval actually comes into this area and patrols around, and I think one time I was playing and I happened upon him while he was inside. I did not expect that. Now over here is a purse.
I think I deserve a pat on the back for that one.
You sure do. There's another readable. Duval seems to be taking his cut and skipping town. Just letting the other thieves know. And there is a gold. That looks like a record to me. So that's what I'm gonna call it. It's a gold record.
Hello? Anyone there?
Alright, so here's what's next.
Just rats again.
So this basically tells us that there is some sort of good thing on the backside of his house, this Archie fellow, and that there is a key in the usual place. So we'll have to figure out what that means. Key is in the usual place. Well, I first just immediately went to look, and there it is. Let's see if I can place it back in its spot. There we go.
Ah, this is what I'm looking for.
Highly illegal glowing mushroom extract. Sounds like psilocybin to me. Do they also have a war on drugs, do you think? That's very unfortunate. I love drugs. Let's hope for the best here. Nailed it. Okay, so now we are just outside of the bank. And this is I'm gonna give it a shot. Oh. Gold dice. And if you're careful, you can just drop right there. You're okay. Now this is where I first entered the first time I played. You can hear the hum of the camera right inside there. Okay. I don't know if you can hear this conversation, but it's highly Frankenstein, so. Okay. So we are now in the bank. And these are the switches. And according to a readable that we'll find later, you have a 10-minute counter to get things done. So, once you do this, you can start the timer. Those cameras will turn right back on. So, everything from this point on, the whole bank for this playthrough will be very quick. So, I am going to just hold off just a second while this guard passes. And then I'm So this gives you a list of bank employees. There's Marcus, there's Moncton, Chalmers, Lady Van Aston is the president, and then you have the 4 locations of the gears, which we will find out about later.
Who's noising about then?
Show yourself.
Nothing to be seen now.
A little lucky there.
Huh?
Too much coffees this morning. I'm twitchy as hell. Seems clear.
So this is, I believe, Moncton's office. And he said that he was going to search his office for a note that might have been left by Marcus. And here is the note. So this is the confession. And I'm just going to run in here to show you this. And I'm going to save scum my way back, but this is all the information that you need to know about the camera system. This is where I found out about Chalmers' residence. This is when I just left the bank to go look for Chalmers' apartment to try to get this key. And I didn't think anything about the board of directors each having a gear key. So when I came back to the bank, I got down to the vault and realized that I needed all 4 gear keys, and I didn't have them. So there was some more backtracking to be done.
Who's noising about then?
Too much coffees this morning. I'm twitchy as hell. Seems clear.
So I think I have everything upstairs. Secret this.
Things I don't know about. Nothing. Who'd be stupid enough to break in here? Thought I saw something. Seems quiet enough now.
Actually going to use the front door, so I'm going to open this.
Is that you?
And that is Lady Van Aston's place. So, nice purple vase here. There's a readable under here. basically lets us know that she's in on it with Ramirez. So she helped plan as well. There's also a switch and
All right, that's the last one. Now, on to the vault.
Wonder what that noise was. No, quiet now. I'm sure it was nothing. Strange noises.
Okay, so this one's always hard to gauge, but there is a camera right around the corner here. Oh, that was an accident, but it worked. Okay, it goes there. I really should have memorized these. So
Who'd I see there?
Something.
Must be one of them grubbers again.
It's always nothing. It's never anything
can't
exciting.
believe that worked. Truthfully.
Who's over there? Oh, you get no medals for false alarms.
So hopefully she will make her way quickly.
Must be a cushier job in a private guard duty. That's what I know. Sure, it's just as bad as those bloody noodles. Except you don't really know how to kick back and take it easy. Yapping on duty. Sure.
And you.
There we go. We got our shit.
Something there?
Who's over there?
Letting those stay alert.
Not as exciting as I thought. What's over there? Oh, you get no medals for false alarms.
Oh no, I don't know if I'll make it. this is a ring in here. And then I think I'm just gonna follow this guy out. Okay, well, let's see. We can make this happen.
Okay, calm down. There's nothing there. Nothing, I guess. Oh, well.
Alright, so I think I'm about free here. Pair of coins in there. So that is the loot. 7288 is right where I'm supposed to be. So I'm gonna head over this way.
Alright, who's making the rocket? Looks like nothing.
So I'm gonna head over here. And grab this necklace. Now, over here, you can find some crates. And this gives you a bunch of things you might find useful if you came here before the bank and you wanted them. I don't need them. Oops. Where's that key? So many blasted keys. So I need this crate to show you kind of an Easter egg, and then to also get a piece of loot. It's rather cleverly placed.
Anyone there? No, quiet now. I'm sure it was nothing.
So there is your Easter egg. And there is Duval again. Now, grab this. So that was the Easter egg.
Nothing, I guess. Oh, well.
Now, we're gonna head back to the church square, where there was a Hammerite and a guard arguing, and that's where
Better not be the sergeant checking up on me.
secret piece of loot is. And there we go. Come over here. Don't want to make any noise.
Identify that, sir. Someone there?
And so that is that. Only thing left here is to pick up our friend, bring him back to his home. And that's the dairy where the secret hideout was, so
What was that? Nothing there. Weird.
I also need to remember to grab this guy's purse when I get a chance.
Is that you? Oh, quiet now. I'm sure it was nothing. Someone behind me? Strange. I thought there was something there.
Too much coffee this morning. I'm twitchy as hell. Seems clear. Guys, I gotta get home. Dinner is waiting.
No, I'm actually going to take care of this guy. I didn't want to take care of Duval too early because that would seem kind of cheap in case he was going to ever alert to me in this mission, so I wanted to show that you could leave him alive for the vast majority of the mission and then just take care of him basically last. But the problem is that his patrol is just so large that I didn't want to have to go chase him down at the very end, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring him in here. And I'm gonna kill him.
Quit it!
So that is a bonus objective. You've dealt with all the bank robbers. They certainly won't make trouble for you again. So now we just have this place with the big R banners on there. That'll be Ramirez. In case you couldn't tell.
Who's over there?
Yeah, so this is a secret here. Gas arrow. Very nice. If you want that sort of thing. I didn't alert anybody. Seems like I didn't alert anybody, so that's good. Alright, there's that.
I heard something.
Figured it was gonna come through.
Nobody pushes there. What I see there.
Into this will be Ramirez's bedroom. All right.
I'm not even gonna comment.
There's a secret there. Gives you a gemstone, but also gives you this switch that opens out to this area. That's the market square down there. And there is this other secret here, where you can move this out of your way. Get some gold coins. So, I think
Is someone over there?
you're actually kind of safe. And you can just kind of hide in this
Doesn't seem
shadow.
like anything now.
And then there's a fine wine on this cabinet.
Who was that there? I saw something. That's odd.
Now there is the bathroom. And there is a golden candlestick in here, as well as a stack of silver coins. Don't know if I need a rope arrow for this, but I'm going to use one. You can kind of see it there highlighting between the pipes. So these guys are right there.
It may be time for me to move along now.
Nothing could get in
The wind, I guess.
Not sure how I accomplished that, frankly. I am heading back out the left door once I can. So I'm just gonna grab these other two vases here. And we are out of here. So there's two things left to do. Gotta plant some drugs first. And I have never, in all of the time that I've played,
Who'd I see there?
dropped down to this area to go through this gate, and this guy was not heading directly towards it every single time. It's insane. Maybe it's just that his patrol and the other guard's patrol is synced up, but it's nuts. Either way, we are heading back to Avery's to plant some drugs.
This is cause your job on private guard duty.
Who's there? Oh. Oh well.
So I wonder. So I think this is a safe place to hide. For now. And
Show yourself. Someone there? Oh. Noise, stop. Guess it was nothing.
well, that was very, very risky, but it paid off. Alright.
What's that? Who goes?
God. Why did I just chuck this? I thought it was gonna be like a key floating in the middle. I forgot that it just is a drop situation. Okay. And I need to do this. Come on. Okay. So that's that. There he goes. So now we are headed back to the police station. It's just bad timing for this guy to be here now.
Look there. See anything? Just my imagination, I suppose. Someone there.
Something there? Letting those stay alert pep talks get the best of me.
So there's one last thing to do, and that is to help out our detective friend. Not 100% sure why we would need to help the detective solve this crime if we just killed all the thieves, but I guess we just insist on following through. And now we have all of the objectives checked off except for returning and not setting off the bank alarms, but that's kind of a moot point. Now, I'm gonna wait for Benny, or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just run for it.
What? Stupid. It's probably just some rookie. Something there?
And that is the mission. $83.09, 16 pockets picked, 24 secrets out of 24, 2 hours and 11 minutes. My back hurts. Now, this is actually a really fun mission, and initially, the first time I played, I think I was just allowing the gates to push me in the direction that the map seemed to want me to go, so I ended up going through here, going down here. I decided to go to the church before the bank, and then I was looking at either going to the police station or the bank and decided to head to the bank. That was when I learned about Chalmer's, so I went to Chalmer's. That was when I went back to the bank. I realized I needed all the gear keys, and then I went around looking for everybody's gear keys. I eventually found 3 of them. I spent a little while looking for Lady Van Asten's home, and then I realized that being the bank president, she probably has an office in the bank, but that was how I initially played it. But even with all that backtracking, and even though I was playing ghost style, so I wasn't blackjacking anybody or killing anyone, I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a great way of doing it. I especially loved the puzzles in St. Stephen's crypt area. So I loved this mission, and this is the reason I'm making videos now. So I hope you enjoyed it.
He's dead. Let's head back now.